always start with taking 3 deep breaths. With the first breath, taking it in casually and loosely, expanding the lungs as far as they will go, pushing the belly out, and then exhaling. With the second breath, we want to slow it down just a little bit and become very intentional about this process. This is a process where we are creating sanctuary within ourselves, a sacred space of self, where we have clear demarcations of boundaries between us and the rest of the world, where we can internally investigate and find solace deeply within ourselves, deeply breathing in and exhaling. And with the third breath, we want to remember that we are subscribing to the idea that this is a mindful process and that we gain answers by slowing down and investigating each moment, deeply breathing in and exhaling. And when you're ready, you can take your attention just behind the eyes. And with the attention behind the eyes, you can allow yourself to visualize, sense, or imagine an orb of healing light on the exterior of the forehead. And this healing light always has the same rules attached to it. It can be any color, any temperature, any texture, any fragrance, and any intensity that you find healing. The other rule about the healing light is that at any time, these qualities can change because you want them to be different. This is a process where we are learning to become co-creators with universal love, wisdom, and energy. And in that, we are taking initiative in how we want to form our world. Deeply breathing in and exhaling. And when you're ready, you can allow the light to come in through the center of the forehead. And like waving a magic wand, your entire body is filled with this light. And so as the light completely fills your space of your physical self, pay attention to all the different qualities of the light. What does it smell like? What does it feel like? Does it have a texture? What would it taste like if it had that ability? How would you feel about it if you could always feel about this light filling your body? What would your choice of feeling be? These are ways we are beginning to program our mind, body, and spirit to respond to mindful intention for ourselves. Deeply breathing in and exhaling, and noticing what temperature the vessel of your healing self is. Do you feel most healing when you are cool and breezy? Or do you like it to be sweltering like a sauna? You get to choose this. You get to choose your perfect environment. And deeply breathing in and exhaling. And when you're ready, it's time to form a space within yourself to find a body part where you would like to lodge your sacred space of self. It can be your entire body. It can be in your chest cavity. It can be in your abdominal area. It can be in your feet. It can be in the small of your back. just doing a little survey of the body and noticing where it feels the safest or where you want to feel the safest. And that's where we're going to create your sacred sanctuary of safety and healing. And deeply breathing in and exhaling. Now, this was a very important process when I was working in the addiction facility. And when you can find safety in yourself, you can also get yourself to a physical port of safety, as happened with some of my clients. So just deeply breathing in and exhaling and noticing where you want to feel safest or you do feel safest in your body, and take your attention there. And with your attention in this space, begin to lay it out. Begin to develop the floor plan or any kind of geometrical shape that seems most protective, safest, and most sacred to you. And allow it to begin to unfold, unwind, be generated or created in this space of your body. So allowing it to take a physical structure, because structure is important. It's important for us to manifest it within ourselves. Whatever feels the best to you. Is it hexagonal? Is it the shape of a cutout house? What feels like the safest shape for you, and how do you want it to occupy this space where you are creating sanctity within yourself? There are parts that you can hold to yourself, for yourself, to be completely independent, completely individual, completely free of anyone else's influences. Sometimes there's so much noise around us about the shoulds. What should we do? Who should we be? We get so many judgments from other people about our best sense of self. And it gets very confusing unless we begin to identify within ourselves exactly who we are to ourselves. This is where you can be a great adventurer, a pirate on the Caribbean. You can be someone who solves great philosophical issues. You can be somebody who's always looking for truth and beauty in the arts. All of this belongs exclusively to you. You get to begin to form your highest and best self in this sacred space of sanctity and protection. Deeply breathing in and exhaling. This is where you really begin to bask in your identity as being completely, fully adored and cherished, exactly the way you show up in unconditional love. You are flooded with all of this affection and endearing attention. where you know that you are completely, totally, exquisitely a reflection of the divine. And all we are doing in this physical, material life is working to become one with the reflection of the divine that we know we are. Sometimes our early patterning causes us discord or confusion, and it's not the way that we are seen in the eyes of the divine. The divine sees us as pure, innocent, faultless, flawless, a perfect reflection of it. And sometimes we just need to get away from the patterning and the environment that causes us to feel a little differently, that seems to want to take over the shape that we know we're supposed to be. So we go back to this space of sanctuary and flesh it out completely. What do you need in your sacred space of self? Do you want it to be inside or outside? Do you want it to be summer or winter, fall or spring? What does it smell like? What time of day is it? When do you feel most blessed? When do you feel the special energies of the universe flood through you? This belongs to you. It is your sacred identity. You get to own it and feel it, and ultimately you get to become it. Deeply breathing in and exhaling, and so then drawing into this sacred space all the things you need for comfort, for nourishment. How do you need to be seen to feel most alive? Bring it here. That belongs to you. Knowing that you are perfect in the eyes of the divine, just exactly the way you are. And all you need to do is grow it from this center of yourself, unwinding it so that it becomes more and more your identity, and you begin to extinguish the parts that don't belong. Deeply breathing in and exhaling. And what else do you need to have in this sacred space of self? This internal sanctuary that belongs exclusively to you. Do you want to invite some spiritual guides, some past ancestors, some connected friends? How about some animals or some plants? How would you like to appoint this space as it belongs exclusively to you? Deeply breathing in and exhaling. And as you create this space inside of you, you are also inside of it, and it's protecting you. It's both within you and around you. And so going ahead and unwinding all of the ways you feel you want to be seen, adored, appreciated, all the little sacred ways that you wish that it could be different. We start here. It begins right here in this sacred space of self, this sanctuary that belongs exclusively to you. You have all the talent, all the wisdom, all the safety to express yourself and say the things that you get to have for yourself. Deeply breathing in and exhaling. Noticing what parts of your body might hold tension, and allowing this place of sanctuary to hold you gently, lifting your spirits, giving you credit for all the ways that you wish to be cared for. Deeply breathing in and exhaling, and allowing all the parts of the body that feel like they've had to close themselves off, all the compartments of the emotions that are hidden away and feel unacknowledged, they can begin to open up in this space like rosebuds in the sunshine, opening up their beautiful petals simply to be worshipped by the sun. Deeply breathing in and exhaling, and noticing where else you might have any fears, any parts of yourself that need to be brought to the light, the emotions that you tamp down, that people may not recognize or allow you to express. They still belong to you. They are still yours. Allowing them to take form, allowing them to create lightness and beauty, allowing them to speak your ultimate truth inside of yourself, so that you can claim your identity as a precious and cherished child of the universe, safe and secure, loved and adored and protected, knowing that all you have to do is find and reacquaint yourself with this space of sanctuary inside of you. Deeply breathing in and exhaling, just allowing yourself to savor this moment, to bask in this adoration. You are made in this way as an individual, unique in your impressions and your contributions. The world deeply needs to know this hidden part of yourself where you feel safe and secure, loved and adored and protected. So we're building strength and foundation for you to occupy your full sense of self, fully filling your outline, fully coming to the edges of the enclosure of you, because it's safe here. Deeply breathing in and exhaling. And when you're ready, you can begin to memorize these features, these definitions, these identities, and commit them to your ultimate story. This is who you are. This is who you get to be. You get to claim this space of sanctuary, of sacred self. Deeply breathing in and exhaling. And when you're ready, you can begin to call your attention back to the here and now, feeling safe and grounded in your physical space, beginning to reawaken and integrate all of the feelings that we began to discover in this sacred space. You can take it with you throughout the day, or you can keep it in a sacred, safe compartment, ready to be brought out anew the next time. Deeply breathing in and exhaling.